Well, thanks for asking us to help you find ways to pay your bills and debt. And you live in Taylor City in Texas, which I guess is a suburb of Austin. I found out that. So what I've done is gone through your state, local, county, and other places on the internet that gives you alternative sources of funding to do things to get out of debt, pay your bills and services and things like that that you wouldn't have to pay for otherwise. Now, they're going to take a little work on your part, but the report is big. I understand. I give you a lot of homework, but let me go through, what we have in here. All the categories and go over the highlights so you could choose the ones that you really want to check out first and put the rest later. So this will take 20 minutes or so to go through this. So sit back and take notes. We'll go through this report. So actually your city, it was interesting. Doesn't have a whole lot, but some interesting things. Actually what they have, if you don't have Wi-Fi, they have packages. You can take Wi-Fi home from your library. Which is interesting. And they have free computers at the library have. I worry that there's a lot of people that really aren't friendly with computers or don't have computers or don't have Wi-Fi. And that's important, I think, to get through. Most of these services, that I'm going to tell you about. I mean, not that you're going to find them, because you know how to get online through Google and stuff. You won't find them in Google, but their services are usually, and their contacts are online. And what I'm giving you are websites to go to, because you'll never find these websites using Google. So I have the link there for the local public library, or probably it's easier for you to maybe walk down and hear a video interview of a librarian tells you that what a lot of libraries do now is sit down with you and help you use the internet, like set up a little store for yourself, or how to use Facebook, and actually go through step-by-step one-on-one helping. So that they may have that available at your library. If not at your local one in Taylor, you want to go look around Austin and contact them. And I got the link there for the Austin Public Library. You give them a call and see. But one thing your town does have is $500 towards rent starting a business downtown. Man, that sounded great to me. And also $4,500 to fix up the place. Man, I always thought of starting a business or a store downtown, I guess it's a little historic district where you live, that they will pay your rent. $700, $50 a month for your store. Man, that's a pretty good deal. And then $4,500 to fix up your store. And there's grant programs. So that was interesting to me. Maybe you don't want to start a store, but you may want to start thinking about that, because you have to live a little different now, I think, in our society. Now, in your county, a bunch of stuff that what the county is really good for is health kind of issues and things like that. But let's go through some of the things that popped up that you may be helpful. I hope you know about the County Cooperative Extension Service here. That's anything to do with cooking, nutrition, gardening classes. I mean, a lot of people are making backyard gardens even to feed themselves or whatever. So all the help you need there. If you go on Google or go to your plant store, they're going to charge you for a lot of this stuff. They're there. The experts study all this for free. And also home economics, which means cooking, or you want to run a business out of your kitchen, you want to sell hoagies or something like that. They have even business plans to do that and everything. So they're very hip on people making money out of their kitchen nowadays. So that's it. Okay, here, free health care for adults and children. Okay, that's at your county level. I have the links there. Now here, for local free health clinics. This is important. You may have health care, you may not, I don't know. But if you don't, or if it's not being paid for, there's sliding scale clinics, in your county that provide this kind of help. In other words, depending on your income, it may be free, or you may have to pay something. So that's available. Don't just go to the yellow pages or whatever and look for a doctor, because they're going to, hit you with a big bill, I'm sure, because they got a lot of student debt they want to pay off, and you're going to be the one to pay it. Here, I don't know, you have pets, you have free spade and neuter program. That sounds a funny word, doesn't it? Neuter program. And low cost clinics. So they have a website there, show you how to get, because it's expensive having pets, and now, they have cancer, they have all kinds of these expensive operations and everything. So that's a very expensive item. So there's where to get low cost help, medical help for your pets. Now here's something that I think is so important. One of the most important things you have in your area there It's really nationally, it's called a 211 program. There, it's called something else. It's community resources. Now, these are gosh, what they are nonprofit organizations that help people and government. See, the problem is if you're looking for things like you need a fast $900 to pay for something, or you need down payment money, or you need temporary shelter, any kind of tough thing. I mean, I was showing you where we live. You don't have snow, but this winter I show you how you could use this source and get your sidewalk shovels for free. Things like that. People know. See, these are organizations that don't have advertising money. They get grants to solve problems or to give you money, but nobody knows about them. Now, they have a database, and you could call their phone number. They have a phone number there. You go to that website, and they'll help you. But I just put in your zip code, and man, there's like 1,000 programs for your zip code. Now look, under housing alone, for housing advice, there's 15 programs there. For help paying for housing, so you're you need help paying for your mortgage or whatever it is, there's 15 organizations. Fixing up your house, there's 10. Repairs, residential housing, help finding housing, temporary shelter. That's just in housing alone. Okay, for money. Okay, there's financial education, tax preparation, financial assistance. 235 programs, financial assistance. So that's why instead of me putting 235 programs in this report, I got 100 or so pages for you. You don't need 35 programs. It's there, and they're updating that. So that's why knowing where to go is important. You don't have to know the answer to everything. You have to know where to get the answer. Now look for work. Skills and training, help finding work, skills and training. So maybe you could take a course for 2-3 months or something, get a skill that's in demand, and get a higher paying job and have a little more security in your life. So there's education, work, finding help, worker rights, workplace rights, supported employment, help pay for work expenses. Gosh, all that's there. And there's hundreds of programs there. Well, actually about 1,000. So that's a wonderful place to start. Now, okay, let's go down and look at the start for state. Remember, every state has housing programs. And that's important to know. Your state too. There's like down payment money. You want to buy a house, fix up a house. Okay, $15,000 from down payment money, fixing up money, and even rent money. Okay, now here for anything with housing, here's the first thing you should do is make an appointment with a counselor. They have free counselors that get grant money to help you buy a house, fix up a house, or whatever you want to do with housing, or you have trouble with your mortgage, stuff like that. That it's all for free. I give you a list there of Texas. These counselors, I have videos there to show you how these people operate. They're wonderful people. They'll help you also with financial problems. Okay, so if you have debt problems, you don't know about creditors having it. There's 2 places here, the HUD counseling and also the Extension Service counseling. They will help you step by step through these problems. You don't have to, if you use Google, you're going to get people who are going to want to sell you something, want to get more money from you because they got to pay for that advertising. These people don't pay for advertising. They don't have money to pay for advertising. So that's why you can't find them in Google. That's why this service, I hope, shows you things. Okay, now the basic programs, and remember, poor in this country is, you think you have to be destitute. No, I mean, these low-income programs really are about $40,000 or so, for a family of 4 are eligible for these things. So here's the 4 basic programs actually in Texas, how to apply for them. And that's it. Okay, it's interesting. I found some interesting programs too. They have, here's one, loans if you're returning from a foreign country with no money. Right. So I guess if you were thrown out of country, whatever, but you land home from a foreign country, no more money, you don't have money, man, they have a loan for you. That was amazing to me. Money and services for people over 60. Okay, we take care of seniors, or we say we do, so there's a service. And see, what's interesting about finding help, not have to know so much where the program is who is in charge of finding that kind of help. So you find the people that are in charge of finding that help, and they get you, they know specifically what program is best for you. So that's why that's a clearinghouse for people. If you're, and seniors really start at 40 in this country, but most of the programs start at age 60, but 40 is for age discrimination. That's when, if you get fired or you think they're not hiring you because you're over 40, man, that's age discrimination. And you could get a case against them and get it done for free. Okay, free electric, telephone, gas utility bills, and gas deposits for victims of family violence. So that's what help you if you're a victim of family violence. They have money programs to help you pay for that. Here's $100 to hook up plus pay monthly discounts on your landline and wireless phone. This is a program. That's income dependent, so look at that. Help to pay for child care. Respite care, if you're taking care of somebody, and you need a break, that takes a lot of work from all of us, taking care of somebody else. So there's respite care for that, and that's worth it. Now here's an interesting thing. The government will collect from someone who gives you a bad check. Wow, you thought you have to hire an attorney or something like that. No, and these attorneys that go out and collect your bad check are more powerful than your attorney because you're paying some attorney a couple $100 to go chase your money for you, and all he's gonna do is what he's gonna do, just go through the legal system. Their attorneys, but boy, when the government comes after you, they could really ruin your life. So people are more afraid of the government than they are some attorney. Also, I don't know, a lot of people really don't realize that there's a pot of fund if you're a victim of crime victim funds. You get mugged, you lose your glasses, you have a hospital bill, you lose work, things like that, up to $75,000. So don't forget about that as you're going through life. Mortgage programs. Okay, now if you have a mortgage now, call this number right now, 888-995-HOPE, because there's a lot of new programs to get people smaller mortgages. And these people know the program. They're all government-related programs. If you go online, you're going to get some huckster wants to sell you a new mortgage, and even if you're not qualified for one of the new ones here, they'll sell you something before you get off the phone because they do this every day and know how to do it. So do these things first from these people so you don't get in trouble with your mortgage, because the government doesn't want you to lose your home. So make sure you do that first. Okay, local health clinics and dental clinics. Okay. So here's a database of how to find local data. I showed you one at the county level too. Now this is at your state level, but it's all over. This is a national database. So every database doesn't have everything. So that's why you go to one database and see if something's there. You go to another data. The world is too big. It's too complicated for one person to do anything. Like I've been studying government programs 30, 40 years, man. I don't know them all, and so nobody knows everything, and that's why you keep looking. Okay, so that's health there, and that's why they'll show you. This is, healthcare is very important. If you're not healthy, man, you can't earn income, you can't, survive in the world, you can't love people well or anything. So being healthy is very important. Okay, here's hospitals that have to treat you for free if you can't pay the bill. Now this is an old program that people don't even realize it's there. The government gave money to hospitals to fix themselves up, and part of the deal was they had to treat people for free, but they don't put signs in the window, free care, come and get it. They're going to get some bill collector and hound you for the rest of your life. So know about these hospitals in your area. They're not every hospital, and there's like 150 left that in this category. So check out the ones near you. Free prescription drugs. If you can't pay for prescription drugs, maybe you have health care, but still, you still only get a copay of $10 or something like that, and you're still paying $300 a month. Here's the program. Here's a video how people use it. So know about that program. Local banks that give you money if you save with them. And I mean give you money. In other words, if you put $1 in, they're going to give you $3. Wow! Or $5. Wow! I mean, this is better than going to Vegas. You can put down an extra, an extra $3 for every $1 you put in. That means you have $4. Man, so your money piles up quickly. And that's all grant money. See, these banks get grant money. So I have a list of the banks in Texas there. Contact them all, see what they're eligible for. Some of them are just for doing certain things, and some are for anything, I mean, doing certain things like for a business or for a home that you're saving for, or whatever. Okay, here's now the top 25 grants and free services in Texas, because there's so many. Yeah, what I did here is identify the top ones to know about. In other words, cheap health insurance for kids, free phones, grocery money, $6,000, $8,000 to train for a new job. Missing deposit, go there, because my wife, who's sitting right next to me now, she went into this place and found like $1,500 for her mom that was sitting in the government office. They didn't even know about it. There's deposits and stuff that people don't realize they have, and it takes a few mouse clicks, and you find it. Child care, transportation, job training, extra spending money for seniors. I mean, there's millions of seniors don't know they get an extra like $1,200 a month that they don't know about, and that's available. Child care. Nope, I'm going the wrong way there. Treatment by the best doctors in the world. If your doctors aren't treating you, there's a database there. You find out if they're studying your disease and get treated by the best doctors in the world. Free help with paying your bills, rent, and mortgage. An extra $5,800 that people aren't paying for. There's about 10 million families that aren't applying for this. Weatherizing your home, $6,500. Heating and cooling bills, free child support enforcement. That's right. These are cops that will chase down your child support money. Or here, there's almost $500 million sitting in unclaimed child support. So if you were involved in child support and weren't collecting, check the database there. You could have money just sitting there. Seniors could attend colleges for free. That's commuting money. Discounts for FIDO, and I told you about that on health care for pets and things like that. $10,000 in down payment and closing cost money. Free help in starting any kind of business. And here's videos. I have a video for each one of those things. So there's only about 3-4 minutes. So one of those strike your fancy. Go through it. I hear a lot of people have student loans now. I mean, older people, but still, 40, 50 years old, they're still carrying around student loans. So now there's programs. So if you're trying to figure out your student loan program or fix your debt, you're going to go to Google and you're going to get some huckster who's going to sell you some money. You don't have to. I mean, you look at this on student loans. I mean, this is from the government itself. I have the links, who to call, who to contact to check on your student debt, how to get it reduced. Because if you're lowering your income now and you can't pay the student loan or whatever, it says, beware, private companies may contact your student loans for a fee. And remember, with student loans, the U.S. Department of Service help you for free. So check out the free ones first. You do not have to have a government office, do that for you. Remember, there is no student loan companies affiliated with the Education Department that charges fees to help you manage your loan. So don't do that. Don't have anybody but the government. Check that first. If you teed off at them or something and you want to pay somebody money, more power to you. But it's all there. What kind of forgiveness? I mean, you could go pay as little as like $5 a month, and so maybe at that wait, it's going to take 50 years to pay it off. But after like 10, 20 years, they say, no more. They forgive the rest. So there's ways around it. And here's how learn the facts about this stuff. It's all right there, and who to click on and find one of the great little video that explains this. And it said how you get your student loans forgiven when the college lied to you. That's right. The college you think lied to you, said they promised you this, and everybody who takes this program is going to make $1 million or whatever. Man, now they've realized that there's something in the law that you don't have to pay that. So if you want to know more about that, I have that video there. It explains it all. Okay. Extra government programs to help you making extra money. Okay. Here's that $8,000 to learn for a new skill. Okay. So right where you are in your area, they have a workforce development program, or it's a career one-stop center, that will help you find or train for something. Like 6-month program on becoming a massage therapist or something like that, or I don't know, accountant or computer skills or something like that. Not a degree program. These are non-degree programs. So if you're out of work, they'll train you for stuff like that. So that's interesting. Or free consulting and help on a problem starting a business. So if you want to start a business, you want to be a freelancer, you want to start a nonprofit, here's an office there that will help you do all of that for free. If you're going to look and do an accountant or something like that, or worry about getting a lawyer, you don't need any of that stuff. The government has offices that they give money for people for free to do all that stuff for you for free. So don't pay for any of that stuff. Look at that video here I have. It shows you that stuff, and that's all available for free. Now I'm getting into what I cover now is stuff on the new stuff on the internet economy. This is all that's going on the internet that I think is actually even more exciting in many ways than grant money that people like. And to me, even more exciting than grant money is the free services the government has. That like somebody's going to do all your legal work for free or something like that, or pay your bills that won't give the money to you, but they'll pay your creditors. You should know about that. But crowdfunding is a way to raise money on the internet for almost anything. And it's good for people looking for a new business, a new career, extra money. And the most important thing about this, it's free. It's a way it's raising money from crowds on the internet. There's no income requirements and no credit check. You keep the money forever. There's no complicated forms. You just, fill out a little questionnaire and film, describe what you want to do, what you need the money for. Most people do a little video, and that doesn't take you. Now everybody knows how to talk to a camera, and that's easy enough. But it's fast. In 30, 60 days, you're getting money. There's no gatekeepers. Fat cats aren't saying, like, if you want to write a book, you don't have to go to New York and publishers. You raise money this way, and it's the potential customers that give you money. You say, I'm going to do this in 6 months or 10 years and give me money today for it. And they're doing it. It's sort of like you can't go to Macy's and say, hey, I want a sweater a year from now. I'll give you money now. Nobody does that. But people do that. And crowdfunding, and it's the fastest growing thing. Actually, artists are using, there's now more money are given to artists in crowdfunding than the National Endowment of the Arts. In other words, then government grants for artists are now less than what artists are getting grants from the internet and crowdfunding. So it's something to learn. Think about it. Look at it. Look, I have videos here people who, like this guy who invested $150 on the internet, and he got $350,000 to start a business with his camera and stuff like that. Man, it's just wonderful. Here's a guy he invested $11 and got $89,000 in 30 days on the internet. Here's a guy, actually, he was a thug. He was in jail, crime and drugs and everything. He raised $8,500 on the internet, to start a new career as a singer. He needed that kind of money. So, a guy with that kind of background, he's not going to get a job anywhere, right? But he's able to do it on the internet. Man, that's just exciting things to me. Taking old T-shirts, scrap T-shirts, and making a business out of that and raise $15,000. Recent college graduates are creating their own jobs like this. So it's something. If you don't know about it, maybe you heard the name, but you have to know about it because I think it's really changing. Also, it's used a lot now for solving personal bill problems. Look at paying for a wedding, $10,000 paid for a wedding, $9,000 to pay for dog surgery. Wow. You have a friend that hurt. Like this family, the husband was dying of cancer, raised $60,000. And these people don't know anything about computers. They just figure out the website. It's all there. Sure, it takes some work and stuff like that. But you can do it. You're going to struggle at times to do it. You can struggle to do anything. Why struggle doing nothing when you could be struggling with some objective in mind and learning and creating and growing your life or whatever it is? Here's a woman who who solved the big problem with crowdfunding by there was an accident in front of her. This guy was thrown out of the car, and she stops and picks him up off, on the side of the road, holding him, and his hand was gone from the accident. And so she held him until The ambulance got there and took him. She went home on the internet and raised $75,000 for him to get a mechanical hand. Wow. Okay. Even Obama used the internet, raised $1 million for the refugees because the Congress wasn't going to do it. So now the government's using the internet to raise money because they can't get Congress to great grants for it. Okay. Also for banks, peer-to-peer banks. This is cheaper, better than any bank down the road. This is where people on the internet lend money to other people who need it on the internet. They're getting a lot more money from their bank. Than they would get if they put their money in a savings deposit in the bank. They get 1%. If they lend you the money, they get 4 or 5%. Or whatever it is. So they're making more money. If you go to the bank and get a loan, they'll charge you 12%. Here they charge you 7%. So you're saving a lot of money, and that's it. Then there's other kind of things, for small businesses or we finance, or there's one people that just lends to people right out of college and stuff like that. It's new ways. Community development banks. These are banks that get grants and they're more friendly. They're not in business just for investors to make a lot of money. They're in business for communities. So this is a better banks to kind of deal with. And even like Starbucks give money, to community banks for them to lend to small businesses. People want to start businesses. Okay, now here's another thing that's going on the internet that people should be aware. It's a way to get extra money on jobs. Okay, because you don't need credentials and it's all done, it's remote jobs. So nobody meets anybody, nobody, it's amazing. And they're creating more jobs in this way than anybody. If you look at the data here, I show you how the new economy is creating so many more people to make money. They're not creating jobs. The old economy creates jobs. Like FedEx is a way to deliver packages, okay? And they're worth $45 billion. They create 300,000 jobs. 300,000 jobs. Okay, and they're worth $45 billion. Okay, Uber, and they're the drivers. You drive people around with your own cars. They're worth $50 billion. And that means they're worth more than FedEx, and they've only been around about 5-6 years. They only have 2,000 employees. FedEx has 300,000, so 2,000, 300,000. But there's 1 million people making money off of them. As like you and me or whatever. I'll get my car, make some money. And what's great about these kind of jobs is they're flexible. You do it whenever you want. That's what's so neat. You're kind of the boss. I don't want to do that. I don't want to do that. I want to do that. And nobody cares. And you just decide at the moment. You gotta. You and your girlfriend want to take a long afternoon. You just don't show up. You don't have to make an excuse that your grandmother's sick or anything like that. So that's what's sort of neat. And this is the part of the economy is growing. Traditional jobs are shrinking, and this part is growing. And I show you about 50 ways to make money like that. There's TaxRabbit, Gig Economy, Care, Handy, Guru.com. So many ways to do it. There's a list there. All you make. Usually the going rate could be from $12 to $15 an hour to about $25 an hour for a lot of the lower end kind of jobs. You could deliver packages for people. Amazon is doing that now. They're hiring people all over. Hey, you have some time, whatever. As long as you have a smartphone, it pops up on your phone. Hey, do you want to take this from there to there and make $20? And you ignore it, or you say, yeah, I'll do that. And that's the way we're happening. It's called jobs on demand or whatever. There's on-demand stuff. It's no long-term commitments or whatever. There's good and bad in that. But the most important thing is that this is growing. Like even as if you like pets, man, people are making like $30,000, $40,000 a year just to have another pet or two in their apartment or house. When people go away, instead of taking them to a pound that's in some dog jail, they'd rather take them to a nice house for a few days. If you like taking care of pets, man, where else could you make $30,000, $40,000? They say that's full time, but how much is full time taking care of a pet? 2 walks a day and petting the people for an hour with a dog. So there's so many ways to make extra money, and that's why we have about 40 40 or 50 of them right there. And there's a place here, I show you that they rate them. Well, not the 40 or 50, maybe about half of them are rated on this service called peers.org. So they're good to have. Other income opportunities show how to make money for having people over for dinner, or how to make money if you like repairing cars. It's an app. You go and repair somebody's car, or you have your car repaired for 40% less than it's going to get anywhere. You have extra land. You have a big field or whatever that people could use. You put that on this website. People are making like up to $30,000 a year doing that. You have a camera. People, to do little assignments for people that, some company wants you to take a picture of this store is supposed to have their display, and you run down and take your camera and, and take a picture. You get paid for that. Man, so that's why it's just on-demand stuff. New businesses. I mean, you could just have a idea for a t-shirt, and there's websites that will take your picture of a t-shirt, put it up on their website. If a lot of people like it, they'll start a business for you and practically run the whole thing for you, and you've done nothing but just show them a design of something. Man, I mean, that's what's so cool. There's so many new ways to make money extra on the side that people don't know about, or even you could start a business making money. I mean, it used to be, very complicated to start businesses. You had to know accounting, you had to take care of money, you had to take care of laws, insurance, and everything. None of that is required anymore. All you need is like 20 cents, and you have a store in the best malls in the world, and they handle the payments, the customers, they handle insurance, they handle everything. You just have to have the idea and do the work, whatever it is. And I show you about, out of that, and there's 28 people. I have videos that show you how they made money. And that's why I see it's so easy now to start making money on the side. This is the stuff that's growing in our country. Traditional jobs are not growing. I show you how other people are doing it. I have videos there of how you do it part-time. You do something like this, where you start your own business. I show you how you're more successful if you do it on a part-time business instead of jumping in with two feet all the time. Some extra videos that show you, new ideas that's going on. How you could start now a real estate business without any real estate. That's right. Everybody using something called Airbnb, like we do that because we have an extra apartment we don't use all the time. We make tons of dough on it. But now you got to deal with the people. So now there's little businesses you go up that you find people that have extra property, you put them on this website, and maybe you split the money with the people. And it costs you nothing. See, it's all using resources that nobody else is using. And here's what I did too, is that I put in your report as a way to get justice. So many people, when they don't have money, man, they really don't get justice, and people rip them off. And I think there's ways to get justice without having to hire an attorney or anything like that, because then they want to get paid money, or they're going to take half your money or whatever. See, they're government agencies that regulate everybody, and if you know about these, you could get justice and get your money back from anybody. Like if your credit card people are bad, okay, Texas has an office there that will chase down your credit card company for you, and whatever. Or a bad dentist. You don't like it with the dentist. What do you think? Oh, I can't. That guy's a professional, whatever. Her, whatever. You can't do that. You can. And see, everybody's afraid of the government. Anything, homeowners insurance, any insurance company that messes you over, you contact this office here. I have that. They'll chase them down, even if you're wrong. See, what they'll do is go out and chase down this company for you and make sure you get justice. So everybody, contractors, bad plumbers, bad nurses, bad psychologists, phone companies, real estate agents. See, everything, even lawyers, bad accountants, collect child support, right? The government will even chase down child support. Or anybody on the internet, somebody screws you over. Okay, well, that's right. You go to your attorney general there. And here, even if bill collectors mess up with you, you could get $1,000 plus attorney fees and court costs from bad bill collectors. They all break the law when they're calling you and hassling you and harangue you, stuff like that. And here's another thing. Download this book. It's a way to get how the programs that offer $700 in emergency money with no paybacks, no scams. The last thing you want to do is go to a payday loan people or something like that. And that's why I did this. Download this ebook. It shows you that procedure, so you never have to use a payday loan person. And then here is the best places to go to get free research for anything. So if I didn't solve your problem, you want to know, here's the best places. Your local public library, wonderful people. They'll do a lot of free research for you. They know the stuff locally. It's usually online, on text, or phone call, or walk in and have them, hey, where are you? That's what these reference librarians are there for. Your 211.org, I show you how to use that. This is all nonprofit services that are available and categorized. We actually went over that up above. And your elected official. Here I have a listing of all your congressmen and senators and state people there. Every one of them will help you because they want to. Because if you call and they could fix your problem or get you money, man, you'll vote for this son of a gun no matter what they do. So if you're looking for money, something, you have a problem, you're whatever, man, call them. They have people on their staff. I have a video that explains this whole process for you there, and use them. All the fat cats in this country use it, and you should too. And that's what these sources are all about, making sure that you are aware of all the help that's available. It takes a little work on your part. You have to follow up, but that's the important thing. If you're not following up and doing anything, then it's too easy to feel sorry for yourself. So that's the important thing. Keep yourself busy, by going through and looking at potential. I can't guarantee which one of these will solve the magic problem, but here's the one thing to always remember. If you don't get money from one of these people that I gave you, ask them, where do they think you should go? Because they've had this problem before, and they may know of something else that you should go. So make sure you don't leave any place empty-handed.